Here we are, Tucson, Arizona. This is awfully crazy. Today is Tuesday. You can see we're completely swarmed. We got a fresh one going right here. That's just great. No natural clouds in the sky whatsoever. October 23rd, Tucson, Arizona. Look at this. Nothing natural at all about these. Total spray, total geo-engineering, chemtrail. They're beautiful. Tucson Mall. Here we are, October. And here we still are. Now you can actually see the HAARP array. I can't turn around right now, or I'd show you the back. It's major lines as far as you can see through this crap.
What are people supposed to think? Most people have enough common sense to know putting anything into the atmosphere is not good. If enough people become aware of this, it will hit a critical mass and they won't be able to ignore it any longer. Let's pray for that day and let's take care, my friends.
And you see HAARP right there? That's HAARP. You can see all the lines.
Yeah.
Very strong, very obvious. Definitely HAARP being turned on. And here we are still, October 23rd, 2012. And now, I wanted to point out this. This is the last section of my video here. Look at the HAARP. It was quite obvious a little bit while ago. Still see it. Pretty obvious still. Lots of HAARP. Literally. Anybody think that this is natural clouds? If you really think, you're sitting there looking at a YouTube video and you think that's natural clouds, right now you think so. Even without very good video, it's pretty obvious that there's no way in hell that isn't man-made dumping spray of chemtrails, of geo-engineering. Isn't that just wonderful? It's freaking horrible. We need to wake up. We need to stop immediately. So here we are. Man, this is just insanity. Look at this. Look at this, folks. Look at the amount of stuff they're just dumping. Look at the lines. There's the definite lines from HAARP. Looks like they might have shut it off a little while ago, but they're still in position. It's quite obvious. One thing that's interesting about when you learn about HAARP and the way it works is when you got like some real clouds and all the metal toxin clouds, because then you'll see when they shut HAARP on, turn it on, and shut it off. It's amazing. The real clouds cannot put lines in themselves because it needs the aluminum particles, or the metal particles, I should say. Aluminum, barium, strontium. And that's what makes those lines. It becomes quite apparent. And maybe this will be my last section of the video. Maybe not. Take a look at that. Quite obvious. These are straight, huge lines from HAARP. That's the HAARP signature. Yeah. Anyway. Massive geoengineering. Look at that. Here's our roundup for the day. Probably literally is roundup too. Have a nice day. Geo News Tucson. I don't know if you can see it from here or if you can read it, but big old billboard right there says a daily dose of unstuffed pharmacy.